We're looking at S&P 500 and mini futures. The time frame is 2000 tick chart. I'm going to be trading only relying on the pure price action as the candlesticks are printing in front of me. Now I have only one indicator on the chart, is this blue line 21 bar exponential moving average, serving me as a supportive indicator. But other than that, I'm just following price action rules. So what is the structure at this point on? Well, we had a massive news announcement which caused this gigantic sell-off, big spike in volatility. After that, you can see we're working quite sideways. But what I'm looking at, I see main bias right now is dictated being bearish. And I have first leg, pullback, second leg. So I have two-legged correction on a larger frame. Now market likes to move in pairs of twos. So the main bias at this point on remains bearish. So I'm not looking to buy the market just yet. In fact, I'm just waiting for this correction to play out. Notice strong consolidation. This was a messy area. Second leg was reached. And now if you push below EMA, we can finally start selling off again because the main spike was down. So we expect this main bias to continue. So two-legged pullback played out. Bullish momentum is over. And we see if we can get a nice felt second entry long reversal pattern. The stock market opened 3 minutes ago. You can see market made move all the way down to the bottom of this trend range, and we have strong reversal back up. So I cannot argue with the market at this point on. We have quite a decent bullish push up. So just need to follow the short-term price action. We have a small break new extreme, but I'm going to be looking for possible wide channel to see if I get some nice fit because this is quite a strong bullish momentum. All right, I'm resuming the video as we have a variation of a two-legged pullback, but I'm not taking this because we had congestion area here, which allows me to reset the count because we just have a lot of matching highs and we have shortened downtrend working lower. Now this uptrend still needs to get new high. Bias at this point remains bullish because we have a first break of this uptrend and we need to get new extreme according to trendline rules. Okay, so we can see that the setup worked. It could have been treated as a little filler breakout, but like I said, not really a fan of taking this setup just yet. It's a little bit shame we didn't get true second entry long, some high low, just a little pullback to let me truly know that the bearish momentum played out. But you can see quite a strong uptrend. Now we have a break, new extreme, and I'm just going to be a little bit more patient with long setups at this point on. Uptrend created a break, new extreme. I can identify a brand new downtrend, and now we have push below EMA and we have a new high, first entry long, push below EMA, second entry long failure. So this right here is a reversal pattern. This can help us to identify that the market may reverse because we have a break new high. So uptrend played out, strong push below EMA indicating momentum, and a failed two attempts to go long because second entry long on the way up is a high probability setup with the trend, but second entry long below EMA is indicating that it may end up being a trap. So this is a failed second entry long reversal pattern. But notice the first initial signal bar, this bullish bar. You have follow-up bar, which you can treat it as double bar entry because the entry point is very close to this one right here. But it just was a little bit too sideways and I didn't see the great momentum. However, the reversal pattern ended up working. So you can see price action so far working perfectly. Right, traders, we now have lower high confirmation setup of this failed second entry long, but it moved too far down. The lower high confirmation setup is the best when it forms near the failed second entry long, but this was quite a big leg down and I don't really want to risk a lower high confirmation setup just yet. Downtrend has a break, new extreme. So right now I'm pausing all my short setups. We didn't really get a great second entry short. Hopefully we may get visual two legs, but technically I have to reset the counts only first entry short. Right now I see nice confirmations off of these highs, clear break, new extreme. So I'm just following these shortened patterns and I need to wait for cleaner setup. After new low was formed, we can see prices are working sideways. We have a new low, first attempt to sell, pullback, second attempt to sell. If we have a nice bullish bar here, we could have considered taking this failed second entry short. Why? Because everybody who's going short on the second entry short directly into this small little support. Because after you have a break new extreme, you can see EMA is flattening. We're starting to go sideways. So there is a sign of smaller trend range. But you can see we didn't really get a great bullish bar indicating a good failed second entry short. You would have to buy above bearish bar, which are taking a little bit of risk, especially since EMA is in the middle of these bars and a little bit flat. All right, traders, I'm resuming the video as we had new low, first entry short, second entry short, which was a great setup for a quick scalp. The top of the trading range was holding, but I didn't take it because it already reached the scalp before I managed to get my limit order in. The shortened uptrend played out with the break new extreme. The top of the trading range held, and you can see it worked barely enough for a scalp. Right now we're continuing pushing higher, so I'm gonna monitor this bullish momentum, but right now I'm not really interested in drawing wide the channel just yet. Prices didn't fully manage to reach the bottom of this trading range. So you can see slight bullish imbalance, we're pushing higher, but so far no convincing long setup Overall, you can see we've been working sideways for almost 30 minutes at this point on. Alright traders, I'm resuming the video as we have visual two-legged pullback, second entry long, but signal bar ended as a doji, so I'm not really taking it because I'm also not sure fully about this uptrend just yet. So when I'm not sure, I'm patient. And as you can see, good thing we waited because you would have gotten stopped out here. Right now, I need to see push above EMA to convince me we want to go long because I see first leg, consolidation structure, and I see second finish in lag. And this is a lot of times how you will see a late second entry long pattern. So for that reason, I'm not taking the setup because we have first leg, correction, second major leg to the upside. And now I can even redraw the tight channel here like this. And look at everybody's going short is right now getting trapped. So this is what you do when you're not sure. I just cannot push the setups. I'm just waiting and I'm going to see what the prices are going to do. I'm just going to copy it here. And let's see what's going to happen here. Right now we're below EMA, so I cannot go long at all. Okay, so we can see that the prices are creating a series of high highs, high lows consistently. Right here, so I'm going to prepare my limit orders. I'm going to enter a second entry long because it is forming very quick and I don't want to miss it. The signal bar is going to be big, so I'm definitely going to use the limit order. I have to wait for prices to trigger above this bullish bar and then drop my limit order further back. We're waiting for the trigger. We have a new high, first entry long, second entry long. EMA kept holding. We have a nice uptrend right now, possible uptrend working higher. So the bias is bullish. We have a series of higher highs, higher lows, and we didn't get the trigger. So unfortunately, I cannot take it and I need to wait right now. And we have felt second entry short, which is right now a bearish trap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait if you get a trigger this time above this bullish bar. Right, and we ticked higher. So drop my limit order a little bit back. I'm going to put it at the close. New low, first entry short, second entry short failure, big bullish bar, EMA keeps holding. This uptrend is new high, bias is, overall bias keeps creating higher highs, higher lows, is bullish. We got fill, so I'm going to put my stop loss one tick below the signal bar. I'm going to go for 8 tick target profit. I'm going to put my runner at these highs. And we just got fill, so I'm going to tighten my stop loss to break even because anything we make right now is just a bonus. I'm going to move my runner a little bit higher, but there is a chance that prices will come back and we just got stopped out of our runner. But it was at least good for a scalp. New low, first entry short, second entry short failure. A new high, first entry long, second entry long. It was continuation of the second entry long, but EMA keeps holding. You can see after we bounce here strongly to the upside because we had first leg down, pullback, second leg down. Market likes to move in pairs of two, so we had larger two-legged pullback, and we bounce off of these lows, which is indicating to me right now there is probably a larger uptrend working higher, and this is our first trade for the day. All right, so we have new low, first entry short, second entry short. But I don't want to take any short at this point on because we also have a break almost creating new extreme, but the main bias is bullish. So for that reason, I'm staying away from taking shorts. But right now, I'm going to be a little bit patient because we can also see some smaller trade range overall. But this uptrend needs to get new extreme. For that reason, I'm not really shorting here. I'm just waiting for this bearish correction to play out before I can go long again. You can see prices keep working in a smaller trend range. And this is basically consolidation. I don't want to take any entries while we are inside of this horrible mess. So I'm just sitting here waiting patiently. This is a very tempting felt second entry short because we are expecting for market to create new high, but it is still stuck in this smaller trend range. Didn't even push above EMA. Now prices are forming new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long. You can see that prices are still working in this trend range. This right here is a very tempting second entry long at the bottom of the trend range. All these bears are going to get trapped. But I still cannot take it because we are still inside this consolidation. Prices formed new extreme for this initial larger channel. There was no way on the way up. We only had to take this second entry long, which was also triple test. If you waited here for some pullback, there's only a bunch of first entries far away from EMA working higher. And right now we have new extreme for this first uptrend. So this is how price action works. This is why I'm not really looking to sell, even though this looks quite strong. It's because the main bias is bullish and this trend is in play. Okay, the bullish bias keeps working higher, so I'm adjusting to slightly flatter spike and a channel pattern because it fits better on 10,000 tick chart. As you can see, we had downtrend working lower with the break new extreme. So we have first leg down, pullback, second leg down, first entry long, second entry long. But we don't want to take second entry long, horrible below EMA, but notice it pushed above EMA and offered us high low confirmation setup of the second entry long, which is much better entry. But look at how it formed. The first signal bar was this sketchy bar. Then you would have to wait for 4 bars to get congested. And then you have this inside bar. Good setup context wise. But when it comes to clean actual entry, could not have been entered. The main bias right now keeps being overall bigger bullish channel. We have a first break of the wider spike and a channel pattern. The downtrend has a break, 2x the new extreme. We're pushing above EMA. This uptrend needs to get new extreme. The bias is overall bullish, and if we get a failed second entry short, there's going to be a high probability setup if it forms above exponential moving average. You can see the bar was really big. I could not risk going long at the very highs. All right, traders, I'm about to enter high-low setup. I'm gonna put my limit order one tick back. We have a failed second entry short, but it was too big to enter. And this high-low is a confirmation setup. And visually, it looks like a first leg, pullback, second leg. So this is visual, failed second entry short. The uptrend needs new high. Let's see if we can get filled on this higher low here. Great, strong reversal, confirming the trend line as well. And it looks like we missed the setup here because it already is going to reach the scalp. One more tick and it already reached the scalp. So that's unfortunate. This was a nice setup. Even though you may ask, okay, is it good to take this setup because it will break new high? Well, it is, because look at the strong bullish bias. The first break of the channel, so we expect new high. You expect all the sellers getting trapped here, just like they're getting trapped here, just like they're getting trapped here. This is how you play the uptrend you want to buy low. Visually, this looks like a first entry short, pullback, second entry short on visual larger time frame. And technically on a micro level, this is a first entry short, second entry short failure, which was too big. And now we have high-low confirmation setup of this failed second entry short. Two key entry points are holding prices. So it's a shame we didn't get it, because this would have been a great, easy, quick scalp. Let us resume in the video as I'm going to enter high-low confirmation setup of the second entry long to like a pullback here. And we missed that setup as well. I took a break around this area after we didn't get filled here. So now I came back, I opened the chart, and I quickly can see that we have a first entry long, second entry long, but we have a small little congestion. We broke higher, came back, tested the congestion. This is a breakout pullback pattern, high-low, confirmation of the EMA, and a confirmation of the wider channel that right now I drew on the chart. So once again, we didn't get filled. I really thought we were gonna get filled this one. This is a high-low breakout pullback pattern. But so far, price action is stalling a lot, and this may be my last attempt for the day. I'm gonna wrap it up with only my one single trade. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. This is the overall pattern for the day. You can see what a great runner this high-low would have generated. You could have ended up taking the runner at the very high, at the opposite side of this trend line, at the trend channel line. But you can see wide flat uptrend, and the goal during an uptrend like this is to trust the price action rules and believe in price action rules and go against your common sense. Because these downtrends may look quite strong at the time. Your brain wants to start selling after you see this downtrend proven, but we're using price action rules to help us identify what's going on, because we have a downtrend with the break new low, downtrend with break 2 legs to new extreme, and this is where we're starting to buy. This is how the price is moving. Price action, there's a push phase and there's a correction phase, and the correction phase is ending. And how do we recognize that the push phase is starting? By the fact that the downtrend played out and we're getting some reaction at the key entry point. This is why we're looking for these channels, not just for the heck of it, but because we want to see where there's a likely place for high probability setup to appear and where the smart traders will start buying. Now we only get to wait for high probability setups, push above EMA, failed second entry shorts, high lows, or second entry longs. We're gonna go quickly through the high probability setups that I marked at the end of the day. We got this first failed breakout out of the string range, attempting to reach a new extreme. These setups are a little bit more aggressive. It's better to overall start thinking only bullish after we see that the prices keep working higher. This failed second entry short, a little bit unclear because the channel cannot be really found at the time just yet. But you can see we have first leg down, pullback, second leg down. So market likes to move in pairs of twos. I want to talk about this setup right here because this is more aggressive setup for sure. This is advanced pattern because you're quite in the middle of the consolidation. But it is a second entry long, and also you can treat it as a variation of a triple test. One bottom, double bottom, triple bottom. You're bouncing off the potential trend line. But more importantly, all the sellers are going to get trapped going short after you have a new low under such a big bearish bar. This is where exactly the push phase will start. Now, when you're taking setup like this, you can see why it can sometimes be worth it to take more aggressive setup, because the reward is much larger than the potential risk. But because you're middle of the training range, it's definitely okay to skip this one, be safe. We have another larger two-legged pullback down. Great setup context-wise, high-low confirmation setup of the first entry long, second entry long. Had there been nice bullish bar, this would have been no-brainer high probability setup, but it's stacked a little bit. No clean signal bar, just inside bar of this sketchy bar right here. And then we get nice high-low visual two-legged pullback and another high-low right here. As you can see, that is it for today. So I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.